Hi, I'm Dr. Neil Thompson from Align for Life, the Isle of Man's Family Wellness Clinic. Today I want to be talking about heat or ice. Many of you probably really wonder whether you should put heat on your ache or pain or injury, or whether you should put ice on it. And hopefully tonight we'll be able to dispel some of the obscurity or confusion in that. So if you have an injury that is an acute injury, meaning you've had it, you only got it in the last 48 hours. So a sporting injury, for example, an ankle sprain, or you suddenly lifted something heavy and you put your back out, so to speak. Then you want to be using ice. So anything in the last 48 hours, any injury in the last 48 hours, you definitely want to be using ice, because ice is going to reduce inflammation to the area. When you injure an area, soon afterwards, the way the body tries to heal it is it's going to create a flood of inflammation to those tissues. And if the inflammation is excessive, that's when you get a lot of pain and swelling, and that's what you're trying to reduce with the ice. So if you have an acute injury, anything in the last 48 hours, a sporting injury, a slip, fall, a trauma, so like a big bruise as well, it could be a blunt force trauma as well, that's when you want to use ice to reduce the inflammation. Do not put heat on the area in that scenario, because heat is only going to increase blood supply to the area, and that in turn is going to increase your inflammation and therefore increase the swelling and the pain. On the other hand, for those of you who've had problems for maybe many weeks or months or possibly even years, maybe some of you are more elderly and you're very stiff and achy in the mornings, going for a nice warm bath is really going to help you, because what heat does is it increases blood supply, it increases the circulation, it helps joints get moving a little bit more, those that have become very stiff and achy. So especially those of you who have some degree of osteoarthritis, heat can be really helpful and comforting and can ease some of your pain. So maybe getting up in the morning and starting the day with a nice warm bath will really help get you moving. Also, those of you who maybe struggle with a lot of tension, tense muscles, and have done so for a long time, nice hot water bottle on the shoulders, the back of the neck, or the back also can be really helpful and can help reduce some of the pain and discomfort that you may have. Maybe those of you with fibromyalgia, that can also be helpful. Just putting some heat on the tense muscles can help try and just soothe things a little bit and try and take away some of the discomfort. So in those kind of situations, you don't want to be putting cold on the area or ice on it, because it's only going to make the muscles tense up, and that's only going to make you more uncomfortable, and more stiff and more achy. All right, so hopefully that's been helpful for you today. So heat, you always want to put on chronic conditions that have been there for a long time, and you're trying to increase the blood supply. Ice, you want to put on acute conditions, meaning you've only had the problem maybe in the last 48 hours when there's a lot of inflammation post a specific injury, to help try and reduce that inflammation. If this has been helpful, it would be great. I'm sure you could probably help people just by sharing this out. If we can then, if you have any questions or comments that you want still answers to, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Obviously, here at the clinic, we see many different types of injuries, whether it be chronic ones or acute ones. So I'll do my best to try to answer them. Anyway, catch you then.